Again, it's June 10th, probably about 6:30. I'm sorry, June 21st, 2010, about 6:30. There's a lifeguard or someone getting the jet skis prepared. A few people are on the beach. A few birds are along the sand. And as you can see, it's a beautiful morning. The Gulf is absolutely beautiful, nothing in it, blue as can be. But last night that was not the case. There was a storm that rolled through, and the tide had came in and brought in a lot of the tar balls. And here's an example of where I'm finding a lot of it. As you can see in this seaweed, if you shake the seaweed, you can shake out a lot of these little brown pieces, and this here is the oil. It's clumped up in the seaweed. I imagine they used something to break it up and get it to clump up, and it's clumping up with the seaweed. Now here's an example of some bigger pieces. This one here, maybe 1 inch by 1/2 inch, pretty thick. I found probably 2-inch pieces, 2 inch in diameter, and each of these are what they're calling the tar balls. But as you can see, this is a rubber glove I have here. As you rub them, and they just turn into a oil. It's just oil clumped together with some kind of substance. I'm not sure what it is, but I have a jar full of these here, and these are all along the beach. Now I've talked to a lot of people up and down the beach, and as they walk by, they are just really oblivious to all this tar, or I should say oil. Now from walking up and down the beach last night, you can see I have it on my feet. This was not intentional. I had no idea it was on there until the sun came up this morning. As I said, the Gulf is very clear. This all came in with a high tide. Tide is now going out. But I don't know if this is a sign of things to come. I talked to a lady from Galveston, Texas, and she mentioned they find tar balls quite often there. But in Panama City Beach, I grew up here, and all my years living here, I've never seen anything like this. Again, you're just finding it amongst the seaweed up and down the beach. Now from our understanding, there is an oil slick out there that is predicted to come in. As you can see, there is absolutely no cleanup crews to be found. I didn't see any last night. I guess they'll start sometime today. BP will, and the EP, I guess, will have people out here working. But as you can see now, they're not out here. Last night, I did see a son with his dad with a net catching these in the surf as they were coming in, and his net was completely covered in the bottom with this brown oily substance all over the net. My understanding is that this is toxic. We're not supposed to be playing in it, but as you can see by my feet, and as the people walk up and down the beach early this morning, and I'm sure today later this beach will be packed, they'll be walking all through this. There'll be kids picking these up, playing with them. And you know, everybody's just going about their day-to-day business, enjoying the beautiful beach that we love so much here in Panama City. But it is tragic as we look at what we're finding here. And like I said, I have a whole bunch of samples. I have seaweed that I've collected here that has this tar ball, is what they're calling, all clumped up inside of it. So somehow they are getting it to stick in there. And I guess they just come by and they just clean up all the seaweed, and that gets rid of it. But as I've been noticing, a lot of it just gets pounded down into the sand. So I imagine it's going to be here for years to come. And I imagine things are going to get much worse as the oil keeps leaking in the Gulf. Again, I'm just going to show this beautiful morning on Panama City Beach. Again, out at the Gulf, just a beautiful blue sea. It is kind of cloudy. You can see the bird flying. But the water is absolutely gorgeous. I noticed as I was walking along the beach last night, as the tide was coming in, there's a lot more of this seaweed all in the water. There's just black streaks all throughout the water. This morning it's gone, so I imagine when the tide rolls back in, it'll probably come back in with it. I don't know if it was the storm last night that brought it all in or the tide, but we will see. Again, it is June 21st, 2010, approximately 6:15, 6:30 in the morning. And as you can see, again, the tar is on the beach, or the oil is on